All right, good evening, good evening. Welcome, welcome, everybody. So glad to have you here this afternoon. And we're going to go ahead and get started so we can get out of the way for our certification that will be coming up. If you're here for the very first time, we're glad to have you and want you to especially understand what we're about to share as it relates to our flat belly lifestyle. That's what we're about to share, some powerful, powerful information that relates to us taking our health and controlling, taking control of our health, should I say, rather than allowing what's been said to us to dictate to us what we're doing with our lives. So let me pull up a different presentation here. I want to welcome everybody. I'm sitting in for Cherie. She's traveling right now. And I'm going to go with this. All right. All right. Welcome, everybody. So glad to have you here. If you're here for the very first time, definitely I want to welcome you. If you are here for the 100th time, I want to welcome you too, because you can never get enough of this. You always hear something. I always receive something differently when I'm listening, even when I'm delivering it. I get so much out of it every single time. So I hope that that blesses you as well. The name of our company is Akana, which means in the hands of God. Our company launched on 4/20 of 2019. I'm so blessed that I was one of those persons that was sitting in the room the day this company launched when we started with the line of CBD products and essential oils. And then we've been constantly progressing. That's what I love about us because we're not sitting still. We're constantly improving and expanding. And we expanded to a complete line of wellness and weight management products. Then in 2021, we introduced something very special that where our focus is going to be on tonight, on this afternoon, is the flat belly lifestyle. We fortunately have more than what this slide says, 27,000. We actually have over 30,000 customers, and we reinvest 1% of our gross profits to empower undeserved communities. Every single day, we work hard to deliver 5-star customer support. We have a vision, and that vision is to elevate the well-being of your body and soul. Every one of us, even in our own personal lives, we should have a vision, because without a vision, the people perish. Then our philosophy is that we believe that true well-being is only found by connecting, just as our great grandmothers did, to the garden, the earth, and to our inner wisdom. How many of you remember back in the day, our great grandmothers? My mother used to garden. I never did it because I thought, oh, I don't have a green thumb, but did not realize the importance of going to the ground to get our herbs and all of the things that are available to us for the healing of the nation. Yes, we do believe in incorporating with our doctors. We actually have a full medical advisory board full of DOs, MDs, PhDs. We have naturopathic and naturopathic doctors. We have fitness experts. We have herbalists. We have chiropractors. Listen, and they don't just endorse our products, but they also use our products for their patients, for their families, and guess what? Even for themselves. Now, I know that you can probably just go on the internet and look up wellness, and you'll see probably multiple companies in one page and pages after pages. And you wonder why. Why are people starting to talk about wellness? Well, because we're sick. Too many people are sick. And we've given birth to the first generation of children who are predicted to have a shorter life expectancy than their parents. That is not a good statistic to talk about. Unfortunately, it's true. By 2030, they're believing that colon cancer is estimated to become the leading killer for children and young people from the age of 20 to 49 years of age. We've got to do something about that. Now, I don't think I said, but my name is Dr. Roz, and I am the VP of Communications here at Akana. And I'm not a medical doctor. I am a coach. I'm a wellness coach, certified wellness coach, and a Akanapreneur. So anytime I do a presentation, I do want you to hear from those who have gone to school and consider themselves to be the experts in this industry. So check out this video.
2/3 of adults are now overweight or obese, and we have an epidemic cascade of debilitating disease that's overcoming the country. There's no way we can sustain the current style of care with the epidemic that we're creating with our diet and lifestyle choices.
The diabetes, the arthritis, the heart disease, the dementia, the obesity, the cancers are affecting about 70% of deaths. All the data is that those 70% of deaths and morbidity are largely lifestyle related and preventable.
Most kids by age 10 in the US already have fatty streaks in their arteries, the first stage of atherosclerosis leading to heart attacks, strokes.
Here in American medicine, we operate from the disease model. We are in the business of treating sick people. We are not in the business of trying to prevent people from becoming sick.
When you look at chronic disease risk, all the things that we walk around worrying about, actually dietary choices trump smoking when it comes to those risks.
If I could deliver one message to the researchers who are looking for the cause of diabetes and the cause of clogged arteries and the cause of high blood pressure and the cause of obesity, I would tell them the answer's in 3 words. It's the food. It's what Americans are eating.
Now, what if you had heard that years ago? The cause of diabetes, the cause of high blood pressure is the food. Would that have made you make some decisions differently from maybe some decisions you made? If you're a person that I'm talking to and maybe you have diabetes or you've been classified and told that you are diabetic, or you have family members that have high blood pressure. The other doctor said, we're in the business of treating sickness, not preventing it. See, there's a problem in the US, and that biggest problem is, if we'll be honest with ourselves, we eat too much animal protein. And that animal protein that we haven't been taught is impairing our kidneys, our organs, and our cells, and that's contributing to faster aging, cancer, heart disease, and obesity. And all of this is over time. We go to the fast food restaurants quickly when we don't feel like cooking, and we're there. We're going to McDonald's and Burger King and the Chicken Shacks and all the places where you can get it fast. And we're not moving. We're sitting down in front of our computers. We're sitting down in front of our televisions. We're using our remote controls, when back in the day, when I was a kid, you couldn't wait to do what? Get outside. And our CEO, Melissa Boston, coined a phrase, chewicide. I hope she put a patent on that phrase, because that chewicide means that we're digging our graves with our fork. We're literally committing suicide with the fork. Now, a lot of times I sit down with people and they're quick to tell me, well, I know that I probably will have heart disease because my mother had it, my grandmother had it, and so in the lineage. Somebody had cancer, so it's in your lineage. Well, even Dr. Oz had a statement. He said, our genetics load the gun, but our lifestyle pulls the trigger. So what does that say to me? That says to me, I can do something about my lifestyle. Even if it's in my gene, even if it's in my DNA, I can do something about chronic disease. I can do something, you can do something about the intoxication of our cells at the mitochondrial level, in the cells. The chronic inflammation that we're experiencing that's causing the pain and the visceral fat that surrounds your internal organs. Guess what, guys? We can do something about it. And it's really unfortunate that in 2020, it's been stated that nearly 700,000 people died from heart disease. That's bad enough. But what's even worse is that 25% of them didn't find out they had heart disease until death. See, I want to know the progression. See, disease is progression. It doesn't happen overnight. It happens over time. And the plaque that builds up, as you can see in that diagram in the bottom, that on the right, it's a blocked artery. That's causing a heart attack or a stroke or an aneurysm. That didn't happen overnight. That happened over time. So one of the things that we teach you here at Akana is that you need to know your blood type. Do you? I mean, have you even understood there's importance of knowing your blood type? Do you understand that your blood type is a more reliable measure of your identity than your race, your culture, your geography? It is a genetic blueprint of who you are. And when you really know your blood type, it'll guide you to what foods you should eat and what foods you should not eat so that you can live a most healthful life. Because you could be a blood type A and your spouse could be a blood type O, and you're eating the exact same foods, and one person's food is another man's poison.
Even through my practice, after scanning thousands of people over 10 years, I've investigated how the blood type plays a major role in what we're putting in our bodies. Your blood type is like a security system, and the antigen on your red blood cell determines your blood type. And based upon that antigen, your body will identify the food as an enemy or as a friend, as poison or as medicine. And based upon that information, it's either going to trigger your immune system or it's going to conserve your immune system. So if we're eating outside of our chemistry, then we're constantly triggering our immune system, which becomes overreactive after a while to the point where it becomes worn down. When you wear down your immune system, you make it hyperactive. A hyperactive immune system has the potential to turn upon you, upon the host. We call it autoimmune disease. When the immune system turns upon the host, that means that now you have one of the most powerful vessels in the body attacking you without you being able to defend yourself against it.
So I wondered, did you really understand what he was saying? Because our immune system is what's being attacked. When we have things like COVID, what was attacked was the immune system. And if you didn't know your blood type, you may have been eating the very foods all of your life. Say, for instance, if you're blood type A, agrarian, and you eat bananas every single day, not knowing that your body, when it eats that banana, says, poison, poison, I got to work to digest it. I got to overwork. I've got to overwork my immune system. And then over time, now your immune system is hyperactive. So now you've got an autoimmune disease, not knowing it was just because you were eating bananas. So we've got to know our blood type. And at Akana, we will provide you with a blood type testing kit that you can actually take 5 minutes. Oh, I know, you said I can look at my driver's license and say, no, it's not there. You go to your doctor, they're going to charge you a couple $100 maybe to tell you, and then they'll ask you, why do you want to know? Because it's my blood. Really? If you don't know your blood type, you're eating in the blind. And that means I'm giving you food that is poisonous to your body, and your body's rejecting it and having to work harder than it should be over time. If you're an O and you love your catfish, I mean, I know a lot of our people love catfish, but there's some other fishes that you're able to eat. So you need to know not only what to avoid, but you also need to know what foods that you need to be focusing on. Sometimes we hear this message and we're thinking about, I can't have this and I can't have that, but there's so many things that you can have. And we're getting ready to be able to provide you with that kind of information that you can begin to focus on, not what you can't have, but what you can have. And then we take it to the next level because we have certified health coaches that have learned to share with you information that you can know what's going on in the cells of your body before it becomes critical. How many of you would like to know that? Don't tell me I have stage 4 cancer when I have stage 4. Tell me when it looks like I'm headed towards stage 1.
Hello, everyone. My name is Dr. Eric Prince, the naturopath. I am a holistic doctor, and today we're going to discuss the Quantum Bioscan Analyzer. My testimony has to do with athletics. Being a track and field runner at the age of 40 and 50, I was able to compete at the college level based upon cleansing and detoxifying my bodies with these products, which allowed me to reverse my age biologically, achieve my athletic goals, and to restore my health So imagine this is your report. Today we want to discuss the power of knowing about a progression of disease before it reaches a crisis state. We're going to talk about the cardiovascular and cerebrovascular report card, which is your heart and your brain. It turns out that over 600,000 people perish each year from heart disease. What if we knew it was coming and had the ability to reverse it? They call it arterial sclerosis, which is a hardening of the arteries. This is a problem in our system because we start off with normal arteries, clean and clear, blood flows with no impedance. But over time, we start to build up plaque inside of our blood vessels. We call this normal to mild abnormality. Then we go from mild to moderate abnormality, where we have even more plaque building up inside of our blood vessels to the point where it becomes close to fully blocked. And this is severe abnormality. If this process continues on from normal to mild to moderate to severe, then we are basically looking at a heart attack at some point in life. But if it becomes permanently blocked, as the blood is flowing through, it reaches a point where the pressure on the walls begin to expand. And we see this as vascular resistance on our bioscan. And once this happens, it causes so much pressure on the walls that it explodes, causing an aneurysm. When this happens, then we have bigger problems to deal with.
My mother had hardening of the arteries. And even during her lifetime, she experienced 2 heart attacks and 3 strokes. And she was on medication. So had there been a bioscan in our lives, we could have diagnosed and began to figure out. It's not a diagnostic conclusion, it's for reference, but if I know, I don't have to wait till the crisis. It's just a handheld wand, you hold it in your hand, just a couple of minutes. There's no radiation, it's non-invasive. It's based on Eastern medicine because, guys, let's be real. In Eastern medicine, they're more concerned about imbalance, where we're concerned about signs and symptoms in the West. Just takes 2 minutes. The results are amazing, 85 to 95% accuracy rate. And this is not something new. It's been around a long time. And people say, well, can't I go to the doctor and get it? Yeah, you probably can, but their equipment is calibrated different because in the East, again, I'm going to say it, they're concerned about imbalance. So their equipment, or this equipment that we have, shows you when 10 cells get out of balance. We're concerned about the crisis. So it shows when 10,000 cells get out of balance. When would you rather know, 10 or 10,000? I'm just saying. We went to school, we learned about this. Well, maybe we were asleep that day in school when they talked about cells, trillions of cells in our body. Everything starts in the cells, all disease. And those cells grow, they split, they regenerate, and they die. And the cycle just continues to take place in our lives. So technically, we're supposed to be a certain age biologically, and we grow older chronologically. So now we need to reverse this so that we can grow younger, not older. So that's what the bioscan does. So we offer that as a process or the technology for you to experience if you're in a city or state where we have a wellness coach that is able to do this. Now, that's not in every state. So I'm challenging you, whether you have the bioscan or not, it's time for you to live your best life. I mean, if you're on medication, you need to do something, you need to make some changes because we're moving towards liver disease. We have children with fatty livers. I saw a YouTube video the other day that said, telling people they didn't need to detox their body. They didn't need to get the toxins out because the liver's job is to do that. Well, you're right. But it was a partial truth. The truth was the job of the liver is to filter, like your oil. When you change your oil, they don't just change the oil, they change the oil filter. But what if the filter in your body is not functioning properly? Then what can I do to get this filtration system, liver, kidney, to start reversing the direction so I can not go to fibrosis or cirrhosis of the liver because the scar tissue from all the processed food and all the fatty foods that I've been eating and all the fried foods that I've been eating have my liver and my kidney not functioning. How many people do you know on dialysis? It's a dominant thing these days. So here's the thing, guys, we got to make a choice. And we say, well, it costs too much to eat. Well, it costs too much to be sick. They make it easy. Our system, our healthcare system, our society makes it easy to be sick. It's cheap, it's fast, and it's toxic. 3 for 1, supersize everything. And at the same time, there's a rising cost of living, and there's food inflation. But I'm here to tell you, we can begin to create a blue zone. Well, Dr. Ross, what in the world is a blue zone? Never heard of that. I had never heard of it either. There are 6 areas in the world where people eat far less animal meat and they live longer than average. We've been hoodwinked. We've been bamboozled. We've been taught that we've got to have this animal protein. Listen, the animals don't eat meat. The largest, most ferocious, the gorilla, the horse, the you name it, the largest, the ox, strong as an ox. What does he eat? He eats grass. He eats from the ground. And these 6 areas, they don't do the animal protein like we do here. And they're living to be centurions, over 100 years of age, and they're thriving. Now, I'm not talking about 100 years and somebody got to feed you your food, push you around in a wheelchair. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about folks that are running and riding bicycles and doing activities. That's the blue zone we got to start. So guess what? We're going to help you do it. Let's start with you. And then let's move on to your family. And then let's move on to your community. Because the future of medicine is energy medicine. Albert Einstein said that years ago. The future of medicine is energy medicine. We're made of energy. When we're born, we've got that pure health, 100% energy. But then over time, we lose it because of the toxins in our body. And we get down to the level where most illnesses are first recognized by the healthcare system. And that's at 30% of energy. You've lost 70%. What grade did you get in school when you had a 30? Come on, that's an F. And when it's down to the point of no return, you're at 4%. And of course, death is at 0%. And herbs and botanicals made by our creator. That's what's designed to assist our body in elevating its natural energy. But they don't want us to know that. And it's time for you to elevate your energy because we can avoid 90% of chronic diseases. It's time to reverse this. So we've got to understand our inner power to heal. That's called life force energy. That's one of the reasons we now have our soul massage, the first of many to come in Chicago. And people's lives are being changed. It's so powerful that people are standing at the bus stop, not even knowing why all of a sudden they're finna feel better because the energy is leaving and touching their lives. And this is the energy that's the main driving force behind our survival or our demise. So here's my question. How would you like to elevate your level of wellness? Well, let's flatten your belly, not your bank.
If you don't clean the colon, there is absolutely nothing that you can do to get well. I don't care how elaborate that it is, the practice is. I don't care how much money it costs. If you don't clean the colon, you cannot get well. Did you know obesity is storing your own waste? When that waste gets loose into the bloodstream circulates the body 9 times a minute. And it drops that waste in every cell in the body. This is the reason for eyeglasses. This is the reason for headaches. This is the reason for hearing loss. This is the reason for your hair falling out, is because the colon waste is in the bloodstream.
The colon waste is in the bloodstream. And guess what? The life of the flesh is in the blood. We're sending dirty blood all over our body. That's causing the sicknesses and the illness, the heart attack, the blood clots, everything to take place. Now, I'm going to show you a picture regarding the colon, but I want you to understand not only the colon, the large and small intestines. Now, if you've just been eating, let me go on record and say this is going to be a very graphic picture. If you have a weak stomach, then you may want to close your eyes for just about 30 seconds. I'll get it off the screen. But I need you to know sometimes what's on the inside of us. If we've never flushed your colon, if you've never detoxed your body, if you've never cleansed, if you've never flushed the internal toilet, yeah, I said it. If you don't flush your toilet at home, it backs up. Well, we have a sewer system on the inside, and the lack of colon cleansing is the main problem. People say, I gotta have a heart problem. Well, really, you have a internal, your sewer system is the problem. The colon, the large and small intestines need to be cleansed. And when you cleanse that, now the nutrients, the oxygen can flow to the heart and not be blocked. Look at this. Look at this. It looks terrible. I mean, that's atrocious. But this is even worse. When you open it up, all that massive, oh God, let me hurry and get that off the screen. It's terrible. And who knows how long that's been impacted inside that colon. But what about ourselves? We call it the flat belly lifestyle.
Less than 5% of people who go on a diet actually achieve long-term results. We believe you are ready to live your best possible life by getting off the diet roller coaster. Eating according to your blood type can make significant changes in your health. More than 2/3 of adults in the US are overweight. Obesity is associated with the leading causes of death worldwide, including diabetes, heart disease, stroke, and some types of cancer. Even if you are at your ideal weight, eating against your blood type puts you at risk for chronic illness and disease. These are devastating reports, and we can change them. But it starts with one fundamental truth. One man's food could be another man's poison. It's time to drop the waste. The flat belly lifestyle is a revolutionary approach to living your best possible life. First, we tailor the program with plant-based food for your specific blood type and to promote a healthy gut. Eating against your blood type creates inflammation, chronic illness, and obesity. Second, we recommend that you take our 15-minute bioscan so that we can help you identify what's happening below the surface. Next, simply choose the right phase for you. For added support, we invite you to join the community of people that are achieving success to inspire you and learn from our experts who support you along the way. Take the pledge today.
Absolutely. Take the pledge today. Now, let me get into the pledge. Here's what I want you to make a decision to do, because we've got several phases, but I'm going to touch on this phase because these are the products that you're going to be using in the middle of it, whether you do 7 or 21 days. If you say, I can't go without raw, I gotta have some meat, I gotta have some cooked food, then listen, I'm gonna show you why you can go without this. You're gonna use this mucus and parasite. It's called the Eliminator. It's gonna pull out mucus and parasites. We get mucus in our bodies just from eating cooked food all of our lives. Parasites from meat. You didn't see the parasites, but yes, because you don't know how long the dead carcass was dead before it got to your skillet, to your plate, to your oven, however you cooked it. And whether you baked it, fried it, dyed it, laid it to the side, it was dead before it got there, right? Our forefathers used to grow the pigs and the cows in the backyard. They didn't take a long time before they had the meat. Number 2, the regenerator, to nourish you and fuel your cells. Do you realize that every time we cook something, we're cooking out the nutrients of that good thing, whether it's broccoli or spinach? Heat removes the nutrients. So we got to put them back. A lot of diseases are just the lack of a certain nutrient, like Parkinson's. Then we need to do the detox we were talking about, pull out the waste and the toxins in our body. We're getting them, guys. We're getting them when we wake up in the morning and walk outside. We're getting them when they spray pesticides and herbicides and insecticides on our fruits and vegetables. And then lastly, we've got to build muscle mass. So we've got even not animal protein, but plant protein to assist you with that. And we've got coaches that'll help you walk through this process, because some of these things will be optional that you'll use after the detox as well. But every single one of these things is plant-based. I mean, look at the ingredients of our Eliminator. 100% food grade diatom. I mean, I can't even pronounce some of these things, but these are the herbs from the ground. The Bible says that the fruit shall be for the healing of the nations, the herbs, all of these things God made. That's why you can actually grow them yourself. Herbs, oregano, peppermint leaf. Look at what's in our tea. Bitter, some of this stuff is bitter stuff that we don't, as a people in our country, we don't like. Even the regenerator, ashwagandha root, beetroot, bladderwrack. These are things that really help with diseases and cancer, all kinds of things, all kinds of diseases, and they're herbs, natural herbs, and the blaster to give you natural animal, not animal, but plant protein. So if you've never done a detox, my suggestion is that you commit to 21 days. Now, does it take a commitment? Absolutely, positively. We've got a support group to try to help you with that. It takes a commitment. It takes a dedication. But I know, okay, so you say, Dr. Rosa, I can't do that. Raw 21 days. Okay, well, go 7. Start with a 7-day cleanse. And then if you just absolutely don't think you can, because sometimes you can do it and you don't know you can do it. I've had people do 7 days and they realize they could go day 8 and then they go on to day 10. But we even have a 4-day bitters. I mean, we've got options to help you along the way. So you get back with the coach or the person who invited you here and find out where can you get started. Hear what I'm saying? Not doing it is not an option, because there is no healing without flushing the sewer system. And then we have a wonderful juice and powder, in juice and powder, because we have a collaborative relationship with a farmer in the Midwest named Farmer Tony, who grows aronia berry, and he grows it like no other. This aronia berry powder, this aronia berry juice, it's accelerating weight loss. It tastes really good. I drink it every single day. Just ordered some more so I wouldn't run out. It only takes a little shot glass every day. I take it every day. You take it twice a day. Some people, helps to reduce the inflammation, gives me energy, gives me focus. And then it has an ORAC score of over 41,000. Now, I didn't know what an ORAC was. An ORAC is what helps us understand how effective a berry or a food is at protecting our cells from damage caused by harmful substances in our body. If the score is really high, the better it is. And that's what lets you know people judge that. That's why many of us knew elderberries was really good. But guess what? The aronia berry is better. And we're so blessed that we don't just have the standard aronia berry. We have ours in conjunction and in collaboration with Farmer Tony and his farm in the Midwest, where his aronia berry gets a 41,000 ORAC score. Absolutely amazing. And that's why we're hearing results. I heard a testimony not too long ago of a gentleman that was taking it, and he had a little trimmer in his hand. And because he started drinking the aronia berry, the trimmer left. Now, I don't make those claims. We don't make any claims, but they made the claims. So don't wait for the crisis. Learn your blood type first. If you can get a bioscan, get a bioscan. But regardless, if you don't do this, it's time to cleanse your body. Either 4 days, 7 days, or 21 days. Now, our bioscan test is for reference only. It's not a diagnostic conclusion. The bioscan results will vary based on different people, right? And it's based on your efforts and pre-existing health issues. It's best to scan 2 to 3 months after you cleanse. Don't do it immediately after a cleanse. And certain items will improve within 21 days. I've seen them even faster than that. But what we say is that different organs are repaired and renewed in different time frames. So don't think it's a slam bam, thank you, ma'am. Consult with your physician before use if you have any serious medical conditions or use prescription medications, because a lot of times what happens is your body begins to improve and heal itself, and we need your doctor on board so they can say, okay, well, let's look there. Your blood pressure is doing better. Let's minimize it, or let's take you off of it. But you've got to have a say on what's going on with your body. Before using this, any supplemental dietary product, you should consult with your primary healthcare provider. We never intend to diagnose, treat, cure, or say that we can prevent any disease. We promote here at Akana a healthy lifestyle. including good nutrition, exercise, and proper rest. And when our customers combine these habits with our products, then we'll see results similar to what you witnessed, what you're going to see. I'm going to show you some testimonies, and your results will be based on time and effort. The time and effort you put towards maintaining a healthy lifestyle. Listen, guys, my husband said it all the time. You didn't get it overnight, and you can't get rid of it overnight. So we got to follow these recommendations. We know that the FDA has not evaluated these statements. All of our trademarks and copyrights are the property of their respective owners and are not affiliated with, nor do they endorse this product. That being said, what's your decision? 7, 21? And I did throw in there, right, the 4-day bitters, okay? So whichever way you got to get started. Get started, 1, 2, and 3. We're going to give you everything that you need in your package, except for your groceries to make your juice or to make your smoothie, whichever way you decide to go. But you've got to just make a decision. Watch these testimonies.
It was me and my wife. We did the 21 days. Dramatic changes.
I was able to lose 14 pounds, 6 inches. And I love the way I look. I'm not gonna lie, I am loving this. But let me tell you what I love even more. I dropped my cholesterol 50 points. Blood pressure stabilized. And my doctor and I have been fighting for the last 5 years because she wanted to put me on a statin. And I absolutely refused. And she told me I would never change my cholesterol lowered by diet alone. Well, you can know how excited I felt when I had dropped it 50 points.
My results were 13 pounds over the period of 7 days. Yes, 13 pounds over the period of 7 days. I first saw it in my skin. My skin was like super clear, glowing. People were like, you look different. You sound different.
It just cleared my mind, my body, and my soul. I got rid of 12.8 pounds of waist. My stomach is flat, and it helped with my blood pressure.
After taking the 21-day cleanse, I am down 26 pounds. My energy is high, my mobility is high, my quality of life is high.
Amazing testimonies. Look at this. Oh my God. Amazing. So that's the question I got to ask you. What are you waiting for? I mean, you've seen these testimonies. Guys, these are real people, real live people, not actors that are paid to say that I endorse this. And we're going to be here for you. Right after this, you can go to the website, the Flatbelly ebook, flatbellylifestyle.com or flatbellyebook.com, either one. Go there and download the ebook, get all the information, find out what you need for you to begin to get started, because we're going to be here. You're going to do it for yourself, but you're not going to do it by yourself. Every Tuesday we come together, we coach, we support you. You're going to have your own coach that's giving you, being your cheerleader on the side, saying you can make it. You're going to get the grocery guide, everything that you need to incorporate this into your life. And then once you're done, we're not going to just drop you on the side of the road. We're going to give you some options to what you want to do with the rest of your lifestyle, because it's not a one and done. My husband and I, we do a detox at least twice a year, 21 days, and then often sometimes 7 days. And now we've begun to incorporate the 4-day bitters. So you got, because some of us are still eating. Some of us have chosen option one. And option one is where you're still eating some cooked food. Now you're eating according to your blood type. And you're eating some animal protein, or maybe you're eating some fish, and you're trying to get some cage-free stuff and some grass-fed stuff. You're being more intentional, but you haven't given it up. And then there's some that say, okay, I don't want my pain back anymore. I'm going plant-based. And that means you're going meatless and dairy-free option, and you're starting to find the recipes. We got stuff on our website, our Flatbelly Lifestyle Facebook page that shares recipes. People are showing you stuff and it tastes good. I'm a witness. I've been cooking some stuff and it tastes good. And you start learning to do other plant-based things. And then there's somebody that says, you know what? I'm feeling so good. My biological clock is going backwards. I'm going to go with option 3, age reversal. But whether you do 1, 2, or 3, age reversal is when you decide to go fruits and vegetables, raw, nuts. You're going all in. But it doesn't have to be an overnight success. It's a journey. So make a decision what you're going to do. Let's get paid to lose weight, because you're going to get paid yourself. You're going to pay yourself to lose weight is what I'm really saying, because you're not going to be stuck like Chuck on all the medications all the time, and your life is going to make a difference. So listen, we're excited to have you here today. Listen, get back with the person who invited you here, and let's move forward.